They've become a license for land grabs. And I know that this panel specifically, we're talking about security, and that's what I'm going to talk about rather, but I think it's important to understand the Olympics in this larger picture, because it's not just the impact of security measures and policing and civil liberties, but it's these fundamental characteristics of the Olympics that are creating a state of insecurity for so many people, particularly poor people, homeless people, Indigenous people, all the theft of land that's going on, exploitation of labor. All these things are equally responsible for creating insecurity as much as policing and the security measures that we're going to see in 2010 and the lead up to 2010 will as well. So to speak a little bit about security measures more specifically, so general overview, the 2010 Olympic Games are going to be the largest security operation in Canadian history, or as the government likes to call it, the largest so-called peacetime operation in Canadian history. The budget is always expanding, and as we know, there's no way to track the actual budget of the Olympic security budget specifically. Currently it's tagged at over $1 billion. The RCMP has created the special Vancouver 2010 Integrated Security Unit to coordinate all the security measures. Canadian Armed Forces has established its Joint Task Force Games to plan for 2010 security work. And what all of that looks like is basically we're going to see approximately, they can't be reformed. All of these things that we're seeing, this sort of capitalist expansion, this media circus, this corporatization, the fortification of the security apparatus is very much an intended part of the Olympic Games. There is no promise that the Olympic Games can give us that it'll be purely about sport. Sport is the spectacle that facilitates all of these things. And so I think it's really important that we recognize that at its core, because as long as we try to reform the Olympic Games, we're going to shoot ourselves in the feet, because they will have no reason to keep adhering to these so-called promises of social housing or of green games or of a kind of security surveillance system that will protect us. All of these things are falsehoods that we've been sold, along with the falsehoods that the games will remain on budget. All of these are falsehoods that we have to come to terms with. And something that's not unique to Vancouver 2010. This is a fundamental part of the Olympic Games, and what we need is to actually raise our voices in opposition to it, to adhere to the call that we need to boycott the Olympic Games. We need to do our best to disrupt them as much as we possibly can, and to make sure that future Olympic cities know very well that the people in their respective cities are not going to tolerate this circus. Thank you.